Hi, my name's Jack. I'm the bass player in the Slapdash Trio.
My name's Dave King. I form part of the rhythm section in the Slapdash Trio. I'm the drummer.
My name's Pete. I'm the lead guitarist and lead singer with the band the Slapdash Trio. We're at home at the moment. I'm here with my kids and my wife.
This is my workshop, which I actually share with my dad. He's a joiner, but I make my boomerangs here. One of my many hobbies.
During the summer I work as a boatman on St Michael's Mount, and I also work in the cafe on St Michael's Mount, and during the winter I work with Jack in the gardens, gardening.
And I think we're just going to get a little interview going about the band and work and life and a few other things. 2, 1, 2, 2.
Just going to ignore these guys tonight.
I chose to form a band. Firstly, my dad has always been in bands, so growing up I've always been to watch live bands. I think live music is where it's at, and you can't beat the feeling of playing with a band. So having watched my dad do it all of my childhood growing up, it was always a bit of an ambition to get my own band going, and yeah, I've been fortunate enough to make it happen.
Originally Pete and Jack were in the band before me. I started working on St Michael's Mount in 2009. And I was invited to play with them as a band, so I joined then. And our first ever gig was at the Godolphin Arms. Very, very nice pub to play in.
I think we've been going in the setup we're in now for about 3 years. Yeah.
We were lucky enough to play Glastonbury actually that summer, or possibly the summer before. I pass on when that happened, but we actually formed summer 2009.
Usually we've played at a few pubs, and the landlord and landlady would come up to us afterwards and sort of say, would you like to play here again, sort of thing. So it's usually reputation, word of mouth. We haven't actually so far gone out to look for any gigs, they've sort of all come to us.
All you got is this moment. 21st century's yesterday.
Not as enough as I'd like.
We try as a band to practice once a week over at Jack's house in Mousehole on a Wednesday night, about 8 o'clock till 11, something like that.
In the day, and we've all got girlfriends or wives. It's quite hard to always fit it in every week, so sometimes we have to maybe miss a week. We'll make sure we have one the next week.
We play for fun. End of story.
We certainly don't play for fame, but the fun side of it is probably the biggest one.
It's mainly fun. Obviously the money is quite handy at times, but yeah, for fun.
Any sort of fame that you get that comes along with it, yeah, that's great. It's only locally, obviously. Yeah, but that's all a bonus, but it's fun. That's what we do. The moment it stops being fun, we stop doing it. Band's as important to me as everything else in my life. Obviously family first, and then comes the band and music.
Band was very close to everything else that's happens in my life, like work, and I've got the missus at home as well.
I don't think anything could be more important than playing music, 'cause it's something I enjoy, and it's something it's just a bit more creative than just your daily job.
hope we never part ways as a band. I'd like to think that we'll all be still, you know, slapping the dash well into our 70s. Realistically.
No, not if I've got anything to do with it. No, I never want to leave the band, and I never want to think that I'll stop drumming either. So, forever.
Didn't see it happening unless someone had to move away, for example. I think we all enjoy it. No one's getting tired of it.
Yeah, we've got a fairly strong following. Quite a lot of people from Penzance follow us around the local pubs in there. I think our biggest following, or biggest fan, is probably Jack's dad, Mick, who's pretty much been to every single gig we've done. So thank you, Mick.
Yeah, locally, places we play regularly we do.
Obviously, when you first start out as a band, nobody knows you, no one's heard of you, so people don't necessarily come and watch you. We have found that since we've been going, you know, 2 to 3 years now, we start to see the same old faces turning up at gigs, and it's brilliant. You know, it's always good to have a friendly crowd on side, especially when you're playing somewhere you haven't played before. When those familiar faces turn up, it's a real boost for your confidence. So yeah, and the following that we get is pretty strong. They're pretty loyal. They come to most of our gigs.
Manners make it manners, someone said. He's the hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Just be yourself, no matter what they say. Oh, I'm an alien, well I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York.
Every gig's unique. Yeah, generally, obviously, it depends who turns up as to what sort of excuse me, what sort of vibe we get. When you play the same place on a regular basis, those gigs can become, I wouldn't say boring, but familiar. But that's good.
I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, crept to your room. Woke you from your sleep.
No, every gig is completely different. It all depends on the amount of people that are there, how we're feeling.
So they can vary quite a lot. You know, sometimes we don't get any reaction at all.
What the vibe is like in the pub, what songs we play, that has a big impact on how the gig goes. So yeah, every gig's different.
I think you can categorise gigs, so we can sometimes get to a gig and we can sort of almost predict how the gig's going to go. The local gigs with our strong followings, we always know we get people up dancing.
You're in your comfort zone and you can really let your hair down and enjoy it. When you're playing a new place and you don't know what to expect, obviously you're on your guard.
Whereas some private parties we do, we'll get there and we'll see the crowd and we can sort of make up our minds that they're not going to pay much attention to us and we'll just be background music.
You're not as relaxed. So we like the repeat business. We like playing the gigs, the clubs and the pubs which we do regularly, because yeah, we feel at home. So
other times the whole place is, you know, up in arms and jumping about.
Yeah, so I'll never ever stop playing the drums, and I'd like to think that I'd be in a band as long as I live, really. So
I hope we keep this up. Yeah, it's whether or not it can keep up with us. Yeah, we will keep going for as long as it's possible. Yeah, I'll always be a musician. The Slapdash Trio, I hope, will always be my band. I don't want to be in any other bands.
Yeah, I think we will keep it up. There's no reason why we couldn't. Yeah, I think we're pretty close. I'd say we're three best mates in a way, and we all work together. and we see each other all the time.
It's the friends, yeah. I mean, we work together, we gig together, we practice together. You know, we're one stop short of living together, really. We're very tight.
Very, very close as a band, yeah, we're all best mates, love the boys, work, rest and play together.
Will you keep this